Hello, my name is Barry Bjorkman. With me today is Bill Horn. This is the second segment of the Lori Laughlin case, why the federal government is prosecuting them illegally. We're going to start off with a few questions to ask Bill, and then we will conclude. There will be follow-up videos at the same location. Thank you for watching. Bill, which statute prohibits cheating to get into a private college?
Very good question. To my knowledge, there is no federal statute that prohibits cheating to get into college.
Thank you. Why is there a jurisdictional problem here?
Okay. To understand jurisdictional problems, you have to understand that the governmental agency prohibiting something, or the law prohibiting something, has to have control over the subjects of that, and number two, they have to pass a law that prohibits the action.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Bill. Why is the Fifth Amendment involved?
The Fifth Amendment is involved here because the federal government has neither jurisdiction over private colleges located in states, nor does it have a law prohibiting cheating for admissions to those private colleges. Because it has no jurisdiction, it does not give due process of law to those that it charges. So even if someone pleads guilty to the crime, they are not getting due process of law. And the Constitution says that without due process of law, private property shall not be taken, and life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Okay, excellent answer. Thank you. Why is the adding of charges inconsistent with the conspiracy charges?
This is very interesting. The conspiracy charges are based upon several individuals, and at most, where parents are involved, both parents are involved. Essentially, they're separate cases, and the DOJ has cobbled up all these cases together and called it a conspiracy. If it were a legitimate conspiracy, then the charges would be consistent with the defendants in the conspiracy. Now, they have pleaded some out, and because they are adding charges, those that they've pleaded out are exempt from those charges, and as they add the next set, as they plead people out, the charges are inconsistent with the group as a whole, and therefore you have no equal protection of the law. That is, different charges for different individuals within the conspiracy. That's inconsistent with the idea of the conspiracy.
Okay, thank you. The next question for you, Bill, is why is the adding of charges to force plea agreements bullying and a sign of desperation on the part of the federal government?
Okay. Legitimate charges would be laid once. They take a look at the crimes, they say, this is the crime, this is what it is, we're charging you for this. Now, they've been known to plead to lesser charges, but with this case, they are waiting months and then trying to add charges and trying to add charges to force a plea agreement. They have not presumed innocence, and they are bullying these people with the threats of 20 years, then it goes to 40, then it goes to 45, all while at least one of the people put in jail is only 2 weeks. This is just massive, massive bullying, and to me is unacceptable in a free nation.
Okay, great, thank you. Next question for you, Bill, is how is this assembly of charges not legislation?
Okay, and my answer is that it is legislation. When the government doesn't have a statute and they begin to cobble up all these charges which are not consistent with the actions of the defendants, they are creating legislation. That is, they are making laws that don't exist by cobbling charges together, which is legislation is the function of Congress and not the DOJ.
Okay, excellent answer. I like that. Next question. When did the Department of Justice get legislative power from Congress?
Well, under the Constitution, they don't have it. There's a separation of power. The DOJ is supposed to be part of the executive, and unless somebody's sleeping on Capitol Hill, Congress has not altered the Constitution to give them that authority if they could. So there is no authority for this.
Okay. Next question, Bill. If Congress passed a law prohibiting cheating on college admissions today, would it not be ex post facto, which is after the fact, and not valid against the defendants?
That is correct. There is currently no law that I'm aware of that covers this case. And if Congress decided all of a sudden that there should be a law, and they passed the law, then the defendants in this case would be exempt from it because at the time of the quote crimes, there wasn't a law there. And the Constitution prohibits ex post facto laws.
Great, wonderful answer. Thank you. That was with great clarity. Appreciate. Final question for you, Bill. When government agents and government employees violate the supreme law of the land, that is the United States Constitution, are they above the law, or should they be investigated and punished like they want these individuals punished?
Very good question, Barry, and very much to the heart of the matter. We have government out of control, and part of the reason it's out of control is because the government seems to think it's above the law. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. When violated by government officials, that makes those government officials criminals. And the failure of Congress, the failure of the head of the DOJ, the failure of government to investigate itself and regulate itself is one of the problems that we have today. If they can violate the supreme law of the land, then they are hypocritical if they go after people for lesser crimes.
Okay, thank you for that, Bill. We appreciate. We want all of our watchers and listeners to tune in next time. There will be more posts on this. We will consider and talk about other areas of this case. So thank you again for watching. Look out for future videos coming your way.
And thank you, Mike Epps, for hosting this, for allowing us to be here and allowing us to put this on at A to Z.
Good. Thank you, Mike.